Welcome back to this course. So in the last video, I talked about an alternative approach of creating videos for academic purposes. So what's that alternative approach about? So this approach includes using presentation slides and recording your voice and your screen. So the tools that you will be using for this approach include a PowerPoint or Keynote or Google Slide presentation. So this basically is the software that you will be using to create your PowerPoint or Keynote or your presentation. And you also need to have a screen recording software. I'll talk about it later or in the next video. And I'll also talk about what type of microphone you need to have in order to produce quality videos. So first, let's talk about the presentation slides. So I mentioned PowerPoint, Keynote if you're using Mac. And if you don't want to make use of PowerPoint or Mac, you could make use of Google Slides. So Google Slides are basically PowerPoint slides online. So you need to have an internet connection in order to create Google Slides. So here are some of my quick tips when you're creating presentation slides. First would be less text, more images. So you're creating the slide as a visual guide for your lectures. So they're not supposed to be reading material. So a lot of images should be there. So things that you would want to show that you cannot typically show by reading or by giving an audio recording. So you need to have those images be included into your presentation. So you just simply do Google image search, and you could just copy those that are available for public use. So there are a lot of images online that you could use that that will not require you to pay for royalties. And practice before screen recording. So I usually practice before I record myself at least one time. But sometimes I do 2 or 3 trials or 3 tries before I could get it correctly. So typically, if you see, say, a 1-hour content for a course, it takes around 3 to 4 times that number of hours just to be able to produce the content. And one of the longest time that you have to allot would be for the creation of your presentation slides. That would be the most difficult in my case to create, because you really have to do your own research and you have to always think about how to present your lecture in a visual manner. So those are things that you need to consider. So you're basically creating a storyboard, and you're the ones doing the voiceover for that storyboard. And finally, inculcate activities into the slides. So if you could add some activities, say you could show a slide and ask the participant which part of the body is the image referring to, and you could pause for a while. It's as if you're asking them, and you let them respond on their own. So you also do your creative pauses along the way. So you try to inculcate activities into your slides. Okay, so in the next video, I'll show you a sample presentation that I created for one of our courses here at IOLearn. So it's called Basic Taxation for Entrepreneurs. And I'll show you how I did it and how it looks like on the back end. Okay then, see you in the next video.